Oh, we love it when this bloke bobs in to have a word, check in on how we're all doing. It's Rob Edwards from Life Cycle Coaching in Sandbach. How are you feeling, Rob, after yesterday?
I'm all right, actually, thanks, Lou. Yeah, I'm not too bad. It's been a long year. Who'd have thought it, eh? Who'd have thought it? But I feel all right.
I feel a little bit naive looking back to the first day. They said, you're going to have to go home. You'll have to go in shielding. I was going, I'm not going. This will blow over in 2 weeks. I'm not going home. And then you go, it feels now like 100 years, doesn't it?
It does. We'd have thought we'd have been through it pretty quick, but who'd have thought a year ago we'd still be here now, we'd still be locked down. And it's affected us in lots of different ways, hasn't it? We've all lost loved ones, we've lost jobs, we've definitely lost social lives, crikey. And people have struggled. We've got to be really respectful of that. People have struggled a lot, haven't they?
Well, I'm so grateful that you've been a huge part of the show on Lockdown Lunch for the last couple of months now. And, you've got us thinking in different ways, because I think we've learned from you, we can't change the situation that we find ourselves in. But for me, I think we've got to stop assuming. I've tried to learn that. We can't assume how somebody feels because we don't know. No,
that's it. We can't assume. We can't control everything. All those things that we've been speaking about for the last few weeks. And there's lots of negative emotions around it, but we're 12 months in, right? So it's a perfect time to look back and reflect and think, well, how can I turn this into a positive learning experience? What have I learned about myself and others that I can take forward? It's been a tough time, but there will be some positives in there that we can take forward. I tell you what I've learned through it. I've learned to slow down a little bit because it was all very frantic before lockdown. I've learned that I can adapt to certain circumstances. I've made some new friends, albeit virtually, but I've made some new friends through it as well.
I hope I'm included.
You're in there as well, definitely. Because
moment, he's thinking not really.
No, definitely, because I've learned through this. I've got a little slot on the radio, which I love doing, right? And I didn't have this before, so that I've learned that as well. Real positive.
How refreshing is that you've literally just reeled out 5 or 6 things there that have changed for you in the last 12 months? I think I'd find it a bit daunting. Like if someone turned to me and went, well, what have you learned in the last 12 months? I'd probably go, nothing.
You've learned some stuff, right? I've got this thing called 12 from 12, right? Dead quickly.
Do you know I always get my paper and pen? I've got my clipboard here ready.
Get it out. What 12 things have you learned in the last 12 months? It doesn't take long to do. So get a piece of paper, down the left-hand side, write the numbers 1 to 12, okay? And give yourself 20 minutes. Set a clock for 20 minutes. We won't do it now.
What if I've got an empty pair? You see, is this just me thinking this, Rob? Am I sitting here thinking, I'm doing it, I'm up to number 9, hang on a minute, on my A4 bit of paper. But I'm thinking, I've even done a column there, you probably heard.
Love it.
And I'm looking at that, and maybe my initial thought would be, 20 minutes, it's still going to be empty.
It won't be, though. That's the thing, because we don't often sit and allow ourselves the time to think positively about what's happened. Like I said, I reeled off some of the things that have happened to me. I've learned some new songs on my guitar, okay?
So can you play them?
Yeah, I can play guitar. Yeah, I did New Shoes by Paolo Nutini. I can rock that one out quite nicely.
Oh,
now.
Stop. No, I meant literally, can you play it? And now you've said it's Paolo Nutini. That's one of my favourites.
Oh, there you go. I won't do it now, but I won't do it now.
Next time you're on. We're doing the bank holiday show, aren't we? So you bring the guitar.
Oh, crikey, there's a challenge. All right, we'll see how we go.
Guitar and stuff. So have you filled the 12 with these different experiences?
Yeah, I've filled the 12, and it just takes a little bit of mindfulness just to go and say, well, okay, what has happened? We all know what's been negative. We know that. We get drawn to that like a moth to a flame.
Yeah, we do. And I think that's got to be part of being human, that we could talk about that till the cows come home, couldn't we?
Exactly. We're all adept at that now, but we're not so adept at finding the positives in it. And it might be just, when you've listed that out, try to get to 12. If you can't do 12, I'll take 11. All right, that'll be fine. But just set a timer for 20 minutes.
Generous.
Set a timer for 20 minutes, and it'll be amazing what you can find in that. And that out of that list, you might just find 3 or 4 things that have really worked for you. And they're the ones to take forward from it. Okay, it might be that you've found some exercise. It might be that you've started reading more. You've found meditation, whatever.
I can't even believe it. You've just given me 3 there that I didn't. Right, I do Mr. Motor. I don't have to be careful how I word this. I'm just going to say.
He speaks highly of you as well.
Let me just reword this. I do Mr. Motivator. I'll have to stick with that. I do that, though, every single morning.
Yeah.
So that's number 1, little There's Mr. Motivator exercise. I do that. I know I'm not a technical person, and I've never really been drawn to it, Rob, at all. And it's just I'm more creative. I like creative things, and I'm not very technical. I had no choice in lockdown 1. I had to get a computer and put all the work equipment onto it, and I'm not kidding you, I was wringing in sweat with dread. I hated it. I was like locked up the corner thinking, I can't do this. And I can sit here now and go, do you know, I love editing.
There you go. That's another one. So that's 2 things that you found, and we've been going for what, 3-4 minutes. So apply that out for 20 minutes. You'll get a list. And then just pick the ones. I'm going to have to
crack on with this, aren't I? So you'll accept if we can get to 11, we've done okay.
I'll take 11. Yeah, I'll take 11.
Thank you for always making us just think differently about stuff.
11 is the minimum. 12's the target. There you go.
God, it's a tough call with you. Thank you so much for joining us again at Radio Stoke. For anybody that wants to find out more about you and life cycle coaching, what's the best way?
Just go to the website, lifecyclecoaching.co.uk.
You're a good man.
Thank you. See you soon.